Everyone is already used to its near-perfect visuals. Symmetrical face, clean skin, soft eye highlight. But that afternoon something was different. Something that is not captured by ordinary cameras, only by the heart that is sensitive enough to feel it. He walked slowly, bowed politely, then lifted his face. His gaze swept over the crowd. For a moment, time seemed to stop. And then he smiled. Not a formal smile for the camera, nor is it the rehearsed smile that is often seen on stage. It was a smile that appeared right after a brief look. A look that sparked a wave of emotion among the fans present. What really happened in that split second? Some eyewitnesses claimed to see a young woman in the front row. Not a celebrity, not a public figure. Only a fan with teary eyes called his name in a trembling voice. Their gazes met. Not for long, just 2 or 3 seconds. But it was enough to make the star stop striding. People around may not be aware of such small details. However, those who were right in front could see the change in his expression. His serious gaze softened. The corners of his lips lifted slowly. His eyes narrowed slightly, not because of the flash, but because of the sincere smile that appeared without a plan. And that's where the moment is created. In the stressful world of Korean entertainment, images are often carefully shaped. Fantajo as an agency is known to be very protective of the reputation of their artists. But what happened that afternoon was not part of the promotional script. No special briefing. No cue from the manager. It was spontaneous. And that's precisely why the public can't stop talking about it. Social media exploded just minutes after the photos and short videos went viral. The hashtag #YinWooSmile immediately skyrocketed. Thousands of comments flooded various platforms. She wrote, "Your smile is different today." Others said, "The gaze is like saving a story." Some longtime fans even compared the smile to her expression while starring in popular dramas such as True Beauty and My ID is Gangnam Beauty. And yet they agreed this is not a character smile. This isn't Lee Soo-ho. This isn't Do Kyung-suk. This is the real Cha Eun-woo. What made the public even more curious was the moment before the smile appeared. That look. To whom? Why so intense? And why did his expression change so quickly afterwards? Some Korean pop culture analysts are trying to parse this phenomenon. They say that Cha Eun-woo's main attraction is not just her visuals, but her ability to make everyone feel cared for. His gaze often felt personal, as if he were speaking directly to one person in a crowd of thousands. But this time it was different. There was a pause. There was silence. There is something that cannot be faked. A photographer who was on site leaked small details. He said that before smiling, Cha Eun-woo took a deep breath. The photographer even admitted that he almost missed the moment because he was too focused on adjusting the focus of the camera. It was like he recognized someone, the photographer said in an anonymous interview. Not just looking, but really look. The public began to speculate. Is that an old friend? Distant relatives? Or is it just fans who are lucky to get her undivided attention? Until now, there has been no official clarification. ASTRO, the group that raised his name, does not currently have a group promotion schedule, so his presence at the event is more individual. That makes the space for speculation even wider. But in the midst of all the conjecture, one thing is indisputable. The smile managed to make thousands of people fall in love again. Not because of the perfection of his face, not because of its popularity, but because of the warmth radiated in such a short moment. Psychologists who often analyze the body language of celebrities say that Cha Eun-woo's smile at that time showed the so-called Duchenne smile. A smile that involves the muscles around the eyes, a sign of genuine happiness. This type of smile is difficult to fake because it occurs reflexively when positive emotions arise spontaneously. That is why the public perceives it differently. In the stressful entertainment industry, many artists learn to control expression. But when that control is momentarily released and honesty emerges, the public can immediately tell the difference. And maybe that's why the moment feels so powerful. The smile is not just a response to fans. It feels like a tacit acknowledgement that behind the glitter of the stage, Cha Eun-woo is still an ordinary human being who can be touched by a sincere look. A few days after the incident, in a short interview, he was asked about the moment. With a shy smile, he replied briefly, "I just feel grateful." Simple answer. But precisely because of its simplicity, the public is getting carried away. Gratitude for what? For support? Over a quick meeting? Or something more personal? No one knows for sure. But since that day, the slow-motion video of his smile has been constantly replayed. Fan edit popping up with soft background music. The full comment who'd flow endlessly. This phenomenon proves that the appeal of a star is not only to large projects or prestigious awards. Sometimes, a second of honesty is worth more than 1,000 well-planned promotions. Cha Eun-woo may not realize how big the impact of that smile is. Or maybe he knew, but chose to remain humble. What is clear, that afternoon in Cheongdam, it was not just an event that took place. A moment is created. A moment that made the public remember again why they liked it in the first place. Because behind the visuals that are often called face genius, there is a warm heart. Because behind the glare of the lights, there is a sincerity that appears every now and then without warning. And because right after that look, he smiled. A smile that was impossible not to like. Since then, many have said that they have not only seen an actor or idol, they saw a man who in a split second, showed his most human side. Perhaps the mystery of the gaze will never be revealed. Maybe it's not necessary. Sometimes, the beauty of a moment lies precisely in its vagueness. And as long as the public is still replaying the video, as long as the heart is still pounding at every sight of the corners of her lips slowly lifting, the story of the smile will continue to live on. A look, a pause, a smile, and the world fell in love again. 2 days after the event in Cheongdam, the 12-second clip was viewed millions of times. Not only in South Korea, but also in Japan, Indonesia, the United States to Brazil. The international fanbase began translating the comments, dissecting his facial expressions frame by frame, even slowing the video down to 0.25x to capture the microchanges in his eyes. On an online forum, one fan wrote, "Watch the 0.40th second. There was a distinct sparkle in his eyes." The comment was liked by tens of thousands of people. This phenomenon reminded the public of how Cha Eun-woo's career has always been built not just by big projects, but by small touching moments. Since his debut with the ASTRO, he is known as a figure who rarely shows excessive emotion in front of the public. Calm, organized, and inclined to keep boundaries. That is why the slightest change feels significant. A few days later, an unnamed event staffer spoke to local media. He says that before getting out of the car, Cha Eun-woo looks quieter than usual. Not nervous, but like thinking about something. He looked out the window for quite a while. The staffer said, "It's like calming down." Is he tired? Is the schedule too tight? Or is there a personal burden that he is carrying? The public is speculating again. Needless to say, the last few months have not been an easy one for him. In addition to a busy acting schedule, she is also active in various photo shoots and global campaigns. His name continues to be associated with high visual standards, often referred to as the face of the generation. A title that sounds beautiful, yet stores tremendous pressure. Being perfect all the time is not easy. Maybe that's why that afternoon's look and smile felt so different, because he wasn't trying to look perfect. It's just being herself. Meanwhile, fans suspected of being the source of the gaze finally appeared on social media. He did not confess directly, but uploaded a long post. In her writing, she tells how she came to the show after going through a difficult period in her life. "I didn't expect anything. Just wanted to see it from afar. But when our eyes met, I felt like I was given new strength," she wrote. The writing is viral. Many associate the story with the moment captured on camera. But there is no definitive proof that he is the person in question. Even so, the narrative further reinforces the impression that Cha Eun-woo's smile that day carried more meaning than just a formality. In a radio interview a few days later, he was again asked about the relationship between artists and fans. The answer is simple but deep. "I think, without them, I wouldn't be here. Sometimes I feel like they are the ones who give me energy." That sentence sounds familiar. But after the incident in Cheongdam, every word felt heavier, more meaningful.